I'm curious, this concept of doom scrolling is such a big thing in season 6. I'm wondering if that is something that you yourself struggle with. Like like my phone is right here. I'm like so attached to this thing. It's like sick. Is that something that you struggle with in your real
Yes,
life?
yes, it is indeed. I got rid of Apple News because that was just crazy. And the ping with the bad news thing. But there's
I
still
know.
I got rid of the ping, but things still appear on my phone saying breaking news. I mean, are we not sick of breaking news? Is everything
And
breaking
well,
news?
that's the thing. I think the term breaking news is irrelevant now. It doesn't mean
It
anything.
doesn't mean
It's
it.
just like,
Trevor Noah did a great thing on breaking news. He just said everything is, but he did a very funny spin on it. But yes, to answer your question, I am anxious to get away from it. I probably do less doom scrolling than a lot of people, but I'm not happy with the amount that I do. And when I was playing Diane, I was never a morning news person. I would be
hmm.
like, I want to play, public radio as long as they're playing Bach, even like, Brahms or Rachmaninoff, too heavy. I just
Sure.
want peace. And with my coffee and playing Diane, it was like Mika and Joe first thing in the morning, and then I'd get to work and I'd be watching MSNBC. And at the end of the day, it was always Rachel Maddow and Lauren.
There you go.
So that gets exhausting, and there's studies saying it's actually not good for our health. But that was actually what the Kings were writing about, was the difficulty of a woman like Diane, a liberal feminist, to have to try to negotiate and remain sane in a world where Donald Trump was president, and she saw the world going backwards, the world
Hmm.
sliding into darkness and confusion, and where truth didn't matter anymore, where the rule of law didn't seem to be working anymore. And I think her state reflected the state of so many thoughtful people who, hopefully were watching the show. And
Yeah.
we can always watch the good fight, and you can always enjoy how pertinent the show is and was.
I've never been a great television watcher, and I've made television my career. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, sure.
I don't follow it. You know what I'm saying? So I've missed some shows in my time. I mean, I'm part of a show culture-wise. I have no association with The Good Wife or The Good Fight until I joined the cast. Because
Hmm.
TV watching is just not what I do. But neither do I watch the news. So in a certain way, I can't relate to doom scrolling, but I do know that it's a phenomenon that strikes even people within my own family. But
Yeah.
I have no sort of experience with it.
Always on my phone, seeing what's going on. I'm trying to do less of that as I get older. You recognize how detrimental it is to your mental health, which then
Yeah.
is detrimental to your physical health too. So I unfortunately have that ability to doom scroll with the best of them.
Good. Yeah, I can say that you do it as well, so I can feel a little bit better about it. But like, it's funny in a show like this that is so obviously ingrained in the culture, in the news, especially like your character in the new season, really a storyline all about sort of television news and sort of the perils of it. When you're on the show and you get home from work, is there that urge to sort of like turn on the news and be clued in? The fact that you're on a show that is so much about the current climate, when you get home from work, are you like, I don't want to think about any of that?
When you're doing a television show, your hours are crazy. So
Yeah.
when I get home from work, sometimes that was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've been gone since 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. So, I mean, the only thing I want to do is sleep and see my family, and usually they're unconscious when I see them.
Yeah,
um,
of course.
so yeah, yes, when I would get home from this show in particular, especially because you can doom scroll all day as you're working. I would find that it would be necessary for me to turn it off.
No, no. I used to have be very sort of, I guess, addicted to it.
Yeah.
And then I just found that I don't know whether I just got into a bad frame of mind, but it's a lot of the news is bad. whether it's
Yeah.
whatever, pick your issue. You know, the country's very divided, and and bad news sells, you know. I mean, so yeah, I try to limit my exposure to it, because you can find an outlet that's going to agree with your point of view. It isn't so much, you know, try to stay open-minded, but it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of information. The cycle never ends. So yeah, if you don't shut it down, you get the crap kicked out of it.